Hey guys, today I'm going to share with you a highly requested video on how I do my eyebrows. I'd like to preface this video by saying that I hate filming. I would much rather write on my blog, but I feel like this is really necessary to show you exactly in depth how I do every single step. So bear with me because I don't have the best camera in the world, but I am going to show you exactly how I do each step. First thing, I'm going to zoom in real close here. These are my natural eyebrows, how they look before I fill them in, and I've been growing them out for you guys so that I can show you how I trim them too. If you're wondering how I started shaping my eyebrows, anything like that, see my other video. I'll put a link on my blog and below in the description. And I do know that a lot of people prefer to do their eyebrows differently, and I know that a lot of different face shapes, that it looks different on people. So whatever you do, just do how you feel comfortable doing it. But like I said, this is just how I do mine. Let me find a picture on some of the ways how to not do your eyebrows, because I saw this yesterday and I thought this was hilarious. These are basically all the examples of how to not do your eyebrows and then how to do your eyebrows. So a lot of people have this little tail, and I call that the comma. I don't personally like it. And they have really big eyebrows and then no tail, and then like just an upside down smiley face without the two eyes. I don't get that. So my eyebrows look more like this one in the bottom. And like I said, if you do your eyebrows the other ways, go for it. This is just how I do mine. So the first thing that I did whenever I was shaping it is get these stencils from Eyes Lips Face. I talked about this in my last video too, so you can get more in depth on all the products I'm using. But they come, I think they're like $1 or something crazy like that. But they basically have, there's one more, I don't know where it is. These different shapes of eyebrows. They have a full arch, soft arch, structured arch. But these are like the correct way, I would say, to do your eyebrows. And then they each kind of have a little difference to them. Let's see if I could put them up against something you could see the difference. Maybe like my skin. No, that's not working. Okay, so you can see like some of them are higher up, so they can really fit your face shape, which is awesome. So I would recommend buying these if you're new to structuring your arch. All you have to do is put them up against your eyebrow, fill in, you like line it up as best you can, then you fill it in with a dark eyeshadow, and then when you peel it off you have like your template. So those are perfect. Another great thing that a lot of people do not do is they don't trim their eyebrows, and they get super long eyebrows, and it's great if you have a good shape, but if you're not trimming your eyebrows, they just look so much more messy, and they're so much easier to handle if you do trim them. So this is how I trim mine. I use this magnifying mirror every day. One side is like 10 times magnification, and then the other side is normal. Or you can get a really small, I actually have a handheld mirror that I use a lot too. And I'll just get really close to the screen to show you what I do. I've been growing my eyebrows out for you guys so I can show you this. I brush up, I just have a spoolie. You can do this with a spoolie. Honestly, I do this so much that I can just do this with my hand by running it like this. But you just brush up all the hairs, and then can you guys see how there's some hairs that are sticking up past like the majority of them right there? I just trim those, and it's really important to get a very good little trimmer scissors. So I just use these tiny ones because they can get in there. If you are trying to use a big one, it obviously would not work as well. So let me just pull up this mirror because I don't want to mess up my eyebrows a ton. When I do this, I cannot see it as good on the screen. So I'm just brushing up all my hairs. and then I just trim them. So going in, trimming. Okay, so I think you might even be able to see a difference right now between this eyebrow and this eyebrow. This one just looks more uniform. This one looks more messy. So even when you don't have time to fill in your eyebrows, you still have a sleek looking eyebrow as opposed to this, which looks terrible. So the next step to trimming them is to brushing them all down. And I just mostly brush the end of my eyebrow down. And the same thing, you're gonna see, let's see, does this help a little bit? You see a few that are hanging down. I'm just gonna trim those as well. So I take my little scissors, and the reason why I do this on both, I brush it up and down, is just because sometimes they grow in different angles, so they'll hang over the top but not the bottom, or vice versa. So I'm just going to do this eyebrow really quick. I'm just going to do this other eyebrow really quick, and then I will come back. Hey guys, I'm back. I trimmed my eyebrows, so the next step is just setting them. If you decide not to trim your eyebrows as much, I would recommend setting them. This is a super simple step, and it will really help them to stay in place all day and to not get messed up. This is what I use to set my eyebrows. It's just a clear mascara, and I believe this one is by CoverGirl. You can get them even at the dollar store. And it just looks like this. So it looks literally like a mascara wand that's just clear, and it just has a clear gel to it. So all I do is I run this over my eyebrows how I want them to lay, and then when this dries, it will just keep the eyebrows in place so they don't move around all day. If you decide that you like the look of having longer eyebrows as opposed to shorter and trimming them like I suggested, then this is a must do step, so that your eyebrows stay in place and they look clean and collected all day long. The next step is filling in your eyebrows, and I know a lot of people do this differently. I've tried filling mine in a ton, but honestly this is the way that I'm going to show you that I'm most secure with doing. I just like the look of it better. I know a lot of people kind of do the ombre thing where they do darker at the tail and then lighter towards the beginning. They use two different colors sometimes. I just prefer one color, and I prefer bolder brows, so I talk about this in my other video too, so make sure that you look at that. But I just use this Sonia Kashuk in taupe number 9, and it's just an eyebrow crayon, and I just draw mine on with it. I feel like this product is the best one I've used to keep my eyebrows to stay. If you accidentally touch your eyebrows, it's not going to wipe off and look weird the rest of the day. I feel like this eyebrow color is a pretty universal color. It goes with my hair good, and I just really like it. The only problem that I have with this one is it doesn't photograph as well. So I feel like in a lot of pictures it looks a lot lighter than it actually looks in real life. Is I basically just follow the shape, but I know a lot of you are new to this, so I'm going to explain the 3 parts that are important. You can just take a pencil, anything you have that's straight, and from here to here, the corner of your eyebrow, your tear duct, is where your eyebrow should start. If you take it and you go from your nose kind of at a diagonal, right here is where the arch in your eyebrow should be. And then if you take a pencil and you go to the corner of your eyebrow, this is where your eyebrow should end. I have a really hard time growing out my eyebrows so that they grow down here, but don't worry about it. If you have a similar problem, you just fill it in with this pencil and it looks like you have natural eyebrows that are that long and perfect, which is great. Another thing I'd like to say is a lot of people think that their eyebrows look crazy when they fill them in, and they're just way too dramatic for them. And I think it's important, no matter what color you choose, that you do fill in your eyebrows. They're just going to make them look so much better. If you don't want a dark color like I'm using today, then be sure to take like a blonde color. They have a lot of different blonde colors. I talk about one of them in my other video. and those colors will definitely help you to be able to fill them in and the color won't show up a ton, but it will just make your eyebrows look more full and beautiful and relaxed. So using that 3 rule from the corner, middle, and then the end of my eyebrow, I'm just going to fill in the natural arch. So you guys can watch me do that. I just follow the bottom line of my eyebrows. I'm doing this. And I like mine kind of to go down a little bit. As you can tell, I'm just filling in naturally, following my eyebrow. I find that it's really important to use, if you are using a pencil, to make sure that it is sharp. So basically that's the bottom line of my eyebrow. You can see a difference between this one and this one, top of my eyebrow. Sometimes I find that my little bending point right here is too bold, and all you have to do is take your finger with this crayon and blend it out. Then I just use upward motions for this inside corner. And that's how my eyebrow turned out. So you can definitely see a difference between this one and this one. Honestly, if I don't have very much time to do my makeup in the morning, at least I fill in my eyebrows. That's like my #1 step, because obviously there's a big difference between this and this. And my 2 eyebrows never turn out exactly the same, but this is basically how mine turn out. This is how I like them. I know a lot of people don't like them as bold, but I think in person that they look pretty good. So the final step, and I don't do this every day, but if I want my eyebrows to look super awesome, I take some of this Nyx Concealer, and this is Maximum Coverage. This is what it looks like. And then I take a tapered brush. This is an Anastasia brush. It was given to me. I don't usually spend that much money on my makeup. And then I just put some on the edge. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. Okay, and then I just go around the outside. And you're probably thinking, why the heck do I do that? This works as kind of an eraser, and it just honestly makes it look so much better afterwards, and it kind of highlights your brow bone, which is awesome. So I just follow the line that I created. So you can see there's pretty much a straight line, and we don't want to leave it that way. So then I take my brush and I just drag that line out to blend it. And then you can even take your finger, smear it out a little bit. See the difference? This one's highlighted, this one's not highlighted. So I'm just gonna do this to the other eyebrow and then come back. Like I was saying, this works as kind of an eraser, so if there's any little part of your eyebrow that you're not happy with, this is going to go in there and just erase all the problem areas that you had with it. And this is what the finished look comes out to be. Like I said before, if you don't like my eyebrows, then don't follow this tutorial, but I know I have been getting a lot of requests on how I do mine. So if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comment section below, and I'll be more than happy to answer them. And be sure to visit my other video on my blog, DIY Made Simple, to be sure to know what products to use on your eyebrows to get a look like this.